Hello, I'm Margaret Wendt, and welcome back to Psychic Chronicles. As a journalist and a sensitive, I've had the opportunity to experience many of the mysteries we are going to explore here tonight. All that I ask is that you keep an open mind.
I'm Brian McKnight. I'm not a journalist or a sensitive. I'm a professional singer and somewhat of a skeptic. I'm not saying that I don't believe in spirits or psychics because I've had my share of strange happenings. I'm just saying that I would like to take a closer look into the world of psychic phenomenon. So for the next hour, I'm keeping an open mind as we challenge limitations and search for what lies beyond the surface of life.
It's no longer a secret that New Age experts, astrologers, psychics, and mediums are assisting government agencies, politicians, Wall Street businesses, and even celebrities. So we asked paranormal expert and best-selling author Joel Martin to explain the differences between an astrologer, a psychic, and a medium.
Astrology is not a prediction. Astrology is a map or a guide, a blueprint for our lives. Astrologers calculate events in our lives based on the position of the planets at the time of our birth. A psychic is someone who has a special gift or ability to tap into the energy around us and the energy in the universe. A medium is someone who has the ability or gift to be able to receive communications from the spirits of the departed, the spirits of the deceased, from the afterlife or the other side of the veil. A sensitive such as Margaret Wendt, the host of this program, can walk into a room and know what somebody is thinking, know what somebody is feeling, know things about that individual, past, present, and future.
In Joel Martin's best-selling books, he claims the new age of paranormal experts are so powerful that they actually help rehabilitate lives. So we contacted author and astrologer Robert Buzz Myers, popular New York psychic Jeffrey Wands, and medium and author Suzanne Northrup. We wanted to know if their special abilities would keep criminals from committing future crimes. But first, we had to prove to gang members and repeat offenders at a correctional facility that psychic phenomena does exist. So we did. Suzanne Northrup is about to begin communicating with the dead.
I'm a medium, which means I contact people that have passed over or people that have died connected to you, okay?
Suzanne's subjects are inmates at Cornell Correctional Facility in Los Angeles. They are repeat offenders of fraud, robbery, and drug crimes. They have never met Suzanne, nor have they ever been exposed to anything having to do with psychic phenomenon. This was a revealing, shocking, and emotional experience, even for a tough con artist like Rachel, who wanted to see if Suzanne could contact her dead mother.
You're doing great. Hold on, okay? Yes. She says, you need anything, call on her. She's a funny person.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
pretty, very attractive.
Yeah, she was.
Well, she says, I still am.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah,
that's
yes,
her.
Yes.
But do Suzanne's abilities go further? Can messages from loved ones on the other side impact lives here and change these criminals' paths? Terrence, a convicted forgerer, has that answer.
She said she knew you was close to you also. Yes. Was it a freak accident by chance?
Exactly.
Yes.
It was a stabbing.
And she said it was somebody she knew?
Yes, it was.
She says, I crossed the tracks I shouldn't have crossed.
Suzanne is giving Terrence a message from his recently murdered teenage cousin.
Yes. Yes. She said you've switched your direction.
I'm trying.
Yes.
And now, Ricky Tomasio, a 9-time repeat offender of credit card fraud, receives a message from Suzanne.
So are both your parents gone, please?
Yes.
Did they die very close to each other?
Well, he killed her.
Okay, I was going to say I got very fast passing with him. But I'm also going to ask you this, please. Why am I getting a little girl around you, please?
My sister.
Okay, was she hit or something by chance? Okay, was she crossing a road on a bicycle or something? I don't know why.
Crossing the street.
Yeah, I'm getting crossing the street because she comes to me and she comes to me with a baby. Who lost the boy baby that she's talking about really strong?
I did.
You lost the boy baby. This was your son then, please? Did you give him your name? All right, because he said I was named after my daddy. All right, thank you. He says you were very upset about his passing, and he says you still think about him. But he says, I'm fine, Daddy. I'm fine. You need to know that. All right?
Good.
Hector Munoz, a convicted drug dealer, is surprised by Suzanne's information.
Somebody over here that lost a brother, may I ask, whom I got that lost a brother. Was this by an accident, please? Car accident by chance? Yes, I'm getting very fast moving car for some reason. Do you know if he hit a windshield by chance? Would you know this? Yeah. He wants you to know that he said it wasn't his fault. He wasn't driving, he tells me. Yes. Do you know if they were racing by chance? Would you know?
Drag racing.
Okay. And he says you know you feel him around you.
I do.
Very, very close.
Suzanne helped me out today. Finding out that what I needed to find out about my brother.
Hector's brother gave him a message.
He's telling me, he's showing me the right way to go. Because, like, the life that I was living before, I didn't like the life I was living before.
Suzanne was effective. These inmates claim that when they are released, they will try to lead a productive life, but only time will tell. So what about gang members who are free on the streets? Can paranormal experts help change their lives? Joel Martin seems to think so.
In other words, maybe there are counselors who can help, and psychologists and theologians. Why couldn't a psychic, why couldn't an astrologer, why couldn't a medium be part of that team? It doesn't have to be either or.
No, it doesn't. But how do these alternative methods really work?
Medium Suzanne Northrop, astrologer Buzz Myers, and psychic Jeffrey Wands will use their abilities to answer that question by giving gang members realistic goals and choices that are within their reach.
We introduced the experts to men who refer to themselves as non-active gang members of the Athens Park Bloods. It wasn't easy to get their cooperation. Bone and Calico barely interacted with medium Suzanne Northrop. Because of their behavior, we questioned why they agreed to talk with Suzanne in the first place. Here's what Bone had to say.
What do you think about mediums? I don't know much about mediums. I'm not going to say they're true. I'm not going to say they're fake. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. You know, I'm not going to just lump everybody together and make a general statement and say everybody's fake or everybody's real. I had a conversation with Margaret Wendt, and that's why I came here, because she struck on like one thing that, you know, kind of caught my attention.
The one thing, as Bone put it, that kinda caught his attention was when I revealed specific gang activities that Bone was involved in and that only he knew about. With that insight into the paranormal world, Bone and his friends agreed to meet with psychic Jeffrey Wands. They also wanted astrologer Buzz Myers to read their astrological charts and show them some of the other choices that they have.
Gangs represent astrologically a transmutation and a transformation of the culture of family. And as the fiber of the family started to go into its greatest decay, which it's reaching right now, people had to find select groups of people that were of like mind to be protective. The gang members that we spoke to today have the power in their astrological chart to not only change themselves, but to change the gangs and the communities that they live in.
So you want peace? Yeah, I do.
Well, according to Bone, it's just not that easy.
And so we might put our guns down, but now we've done dirt to other people. Then you have these young generations coming up. So you might have a 20-year-old who's gunning for me for something I did 4, 5, 6 years ago. And the cycle continues.
Jeffrey and Bone discussed the topic of death.
But this was a very, very sharp 6-shooter that you had, and had an engraved pearl handle.
So I've always been a gangster.
Yep. This is telling you a situation. This involves a light-colored car that's kind of like a rustic or like a brown.
That's the death card.
Yeah, and this is what it's representing. This is on a Friday night. This is either a 1 or a 7, and it deals with a multiple gunshot aspect.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually 3 blasts from that standpoint, 2 miss. And there's also somebody with a D that's with you when you would take the shot. I can tell you the time, it's about 1:15 in the morning. And the way this looks here, you're not going to be here past the spring.
Mm-hmm. It keeps coming up. Huh?
Yes. And you've had some close calls. So if I were you in March, I'd make sure I don't go in any cars that are rust-colored.
Somebody write that down.
Did you have an injury with the shoulder?
Yeah, my shoulder is kind
of... Okay, because then there also should be something with the right foot.
You're right on. All that. Ankle, shoulder.
Well, I'm being honest, man.
Guns.
If Bone chooses to live, and it is Bone's choice, major opportunities do await him.
See, your real calling, which is what you should be doing, is more in the creative field, because this ties into acting, producing, in that direction. That's what you should be doing.
As a career motivation, Bone has the planet that deals with film in the film industry. Bone's potential as a filmmaker would be to bring together the community and find the resource and learn how to work with the people to make it happen.
Buzz and Jeffrey are absolutely correct about Bone's career. What they didn't know at the time of this reading is that Bone is in the middle of making a documentary entitled Bangin'.
We got to be on the defense. We ain't talking about...
Loco, a non-active member of the Athens Park Bloods in Los Angeles, was the only ex-gang member that connected with Suzanne Northrup.
She brought out, so to say, that they are communicating with us, you know. I don't know how she did it with this little thing right here.
Now, Buzz.
Loco, your opportunity now is to redress your past and recognize that everything that you have done, you need to put behind you, and you need to step forward and take a chance of going into a new world.
Lord, give me strength.
Calicote, a non-active member of the Athens Park Bloods in Los Angeles.
The homie Calicote, he was paralyzed right there. Y'all know Calicote.
All right, I'm gonna tell you, I got shot twice in one night, messing around with the homies.
Calico is one of the most spiritual of the gang members' charts that I have read. Calico is, without a doubt, the teacher of the gang. He is the true parent. He is where they go to get compassion. He is where they go to get love. What he is learning to do now is to transform his unforgiving nature and to move it into something different. He is within days of making this change. That energy is so strong in his chart now.
But I'll say I wouldn't go out and just hurt nobody, do nothing wrong to nobody no more, you know what I'm saying? Right. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. I've been shot, 9 times, and I'm paralyzed.
Buzz and Jeffrey both agree that Calicote's handicap is his most important issue.
I think Calico has the faith to make him walk again.
But does Calicote think he has the faith to walk again?
I have faith in the man upstairs, you know, and what I did, that's in the past. And every time you do something, you don't get knocked for it, you know. You get knocked for it, but it's if you turn your life around, you know.
To help Calicote reach his goal, Buzz gave this astrological advice.
If Calico would allow himself to start being involved in healing sessions and working with healers, that he could find the magic within himself to become mobile again.
Calicote's reactions to Buzz and Jeffrey shocked us. We expected a tough former gang member like Calicote to laugh or dismiss them, but instead he took Buzz's advice and has begun healing sessions with Douglas Johnson, a spiritual healer you'll meet later in the show. We don't know if Calicote will ever walk again, but it's clear another type of healing process has begun.
The advice that I give to my kids is this: revenge is always not the way to go. What goes around comes around. If you do something to someone else, it'll come back to you. It may not come back right then and there, but eventually it will, because I'm living an experience of that. Because of what I did to somebody, it happened, it came back to me.
As far as Bone is concerned,
I think if Jeffrey can catch one of these kids, maybe 12, 13, say, hey, look, man, you got the potential to do this. Your areas are strong here. You need to concentrate on this. I think it would help him.
Since then, some of Bone's friends and family have called Jeffrey Wands in New York for advice.
Next on Psychic Chronicles, magic.
Now that we're entering the age of Aquarius, magic, mysticism, in its truest form will become an extremely strong religion in this age. People will eventually pay for any evil doing that they did.